Greetings, YouTuber. You have entered the world of electrified network gaming and streaming. And here is your host, all the way from the internet, Sly885.
Sup, YouTube? It's your boy, Sly885. Random fact. When a few days ago, I think on Thursday, in fact, just 2 days ago then, I was at Taco Bell to pick up a DoorDash order, and I heard the drive-thru cashier actually tell a customer on the headset that Pepsi Zero has zero sugar. Who the hell asks how much sugar a zero-calorie drink has? It's not going to have sugar if there's 0 calories. Even just like a speck of sugar is going to add like a calorie. It's such a dumb question. Anyways, that's just the random fact I decided to bring up. I would have actually recorded this react video sooner, but the first time I tried to do it, the video I was trying to react to, when I downloaded it, it didn't have any audio for some reason. I tried re-downloading it from a different site, and it now has audio, so I can do a react to it. I'll try to be quick about it because it's actually quite busy today, and I got to go back to work pretty quickly. I know Jonathan Pye gives me a lot to say, but I'm going to try to actually get it done a little more quickly. Anyways, also check out my other react video from earlier today to the newest Angry Video Game Nerd episode. He gives me a lot to say, and it's actually a really well made episode. It even reminds me a little of classic AVGN, and even in literal ways it does.
Not been due to return until September the 6th, but the decision follows pressure from opposition parties and critics of the government's handling of the unfolding humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, yeah.
Jesus. I mean, fuck. We all know that Boris Johnson is singularly unfit for high office and
Obviously.
bloody awful at domestic policy, and
Yeah.
was one of the worst foreign secretaries in British history. So I shouldn't be surprised that when it comes to foreign policy, him and the terrifyingly drab Dominic Raab, looking like a fucked weasel, that when it comes to them on foreign policy, they have no balls, no talent, no interest, no expertise whatsoever. And moreover, they don't give a fuck.
Obviously.
What? An actual international humanitarian crisis of Britain and America's own making? Yeah, we're not really... We're kind of just in this for ourselves.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, we're quite good at doing the handing out the money and contracts to all of our friends thing, but, you know, actual international diplomacy and statecraft is not really our thing.
Definitely not.
Not really Joe Biden's thing, either, by the look of it. The buck stops with me, says Joe, although it is actually everyone else's fault. What a fucking coward. Own up to it, mate. It's a fucking omni-fuck-up. But as we've now learned, President Biden, like his British counterparts, also doesn't give a fuck. Yes,
Probably true.
Donald Trump set this train in motion, but the American military and its allies have had 18 months to prepare for this. The present administration have had 9 months to prepare for this. But it turns out the biggest military might and the most advanced intelligence agency this planet has ever known are a bit shit. The military and intelligence agencies of the most powerful country in the world don't really have much intelligence of the country they have occupied for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So we'll withdraw all our troops and then we'll deal with the civilians, really, in that order. Okay, and what about all these weapons that are still lying around? Well, that's for all the super army soldiers that we've been training really well for 20 years, costing billions of dollars. Oh no, they just handed their gun over. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell them not to do that. Some of the people in charge of this evacuation have access to nuclear weapons. How depressing. You know, after all we've been through, all this trauma and shared experience of the last 2 years, and we're now at last emerging out the other end, and you realise Nothing has changed. The world is still a fucking shitty place. And the people in charge still haven't got a fucking clue what they are doing. And moreover, they don't give a fuck.
No, they do. They certainly do not.
These are the people who are supposed to be leading our planet out of environmental Armageddon in a couple of months.
They're not even trying.
We'll be lucky to get stricter rules on plastic straws, the way this bunch of limp dicks behave.
Yeah.
I need a Mogadon. Well, a lively debate ensued. The Prime Minister attacked from all sides, including many of his staunch allies.
All right, so as per usual, every Jonathan Pie video is a short one. My reacts tend to actually drag a lot longer because it gives me a lot to say. I guess the UK handling of Afghanistan was also really awful. I'm actually going to point out something that's really funny that I could not help, that I just suddenly remembered. So, like around over a decade ago, somebody was complaining about how the U.S. is always getting involved in all these wars and wants to control everything, and it is control and all this stuff. And I actually checked his channel and saw that he was from the UK, and I contradicted him by saying, interesting you say that when you're from the United Kingdom, where the location where the Great British Empire was for centuries, which was nicknamed the Empire that where the sun never sets, I think is what it was called, because they had territory on pretty much every continent on Earth except maybe Antarctica, right? Because they were at war with France for so long, they took over a ton of territory in Africa, Asia, North America, some of South America. South America was mostly Portugal and Spain, but, you know, they had control of Australia, and they had all this territory and had been in so many wars, and yet you want to call the U.S. a country that won't stop fighting wars? Like, at least be from, like, Canada or something, or no, at least be from like Switzerland or something when you say that, not the UK. And to contradict them more, the wars that the US were fighting at the time, Afghanistan, I think even Iraq as well, there were UK troopers there too. So they were on our side fighting these wars with us. So what are you talking about? Your own country is involved in the same wars that you're pissed off at the US is involved in. So, anyways, that was a decade ago. Thought that was hilarious. I had to point that out. And he had no response to that. He was like, "Oh crap, yeah." when I gave him that reply, what a stupid thing to say. Anyways, I agree. I don't like Joe Biden, but let me make this very clear. I don't like Donald Trump either. This is what I hate about saying I like either, saying I dislike either one of them. As soon as I say I don't like Trump, I'm accused of being as soon as I say I don't like Biden, I'm accused of being a Trump supporter. And it's like, you do realize there were more than two people running for president, right? I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter. Although I'm a little disappointed that he's trying to push the Democrats more left when that's just not going to happen. They keep shutting down the progressives and want nothing to do with us progressives at all. We need a new progressive party that will overcome the two major parties, and I don't know if that's going to happen. The two major parties have so much power here in the U.S. It's just not right. Neither of the parties have the interest of the people. Despite the fact that I don't like Joe Biden, which by the way I don't like Trump either, but despite the fact that I don't like Joe Biden, especially with his two-faced, lying opportunist tyrant of a vice president, Kamala Harris, if you actually did any research, she's not progressive at all. She pretends to be just to win progressives over, but turns out to be establishment anyways. And when she was the Attorney General of California, she would leave innocent people on death row when evidence had proved their innocence until courts forced her to let them go. That's hella fucked up. Anyways, continuing on. I don't like Joe Biden, but I actually agree with his decision to get our troops out of Afghanistan. We have been there for too long. There are people who had served in the military who weren't even alive when 9/11 happened. That's how long it's been. That's way too long. Honestly, I think we should have had our troops leave when SEAL Team 6 killed Osama bin Laden back in, I think it was 2010. Might have been 2011. I forget which year. But that's when it should have happened. But nobody really pushed to get our troops out of there. There was no reason to still be there with Osama bin Laden gone. The fact is, with how easily the Taliban just took over Afghanistan and the absolute pathetic excuse of any resistance at all from Afghanistan troops goes to show that it was going to happen anyways. It was going to happen. The Taliban was going to take over Afghanistan no matter when we'd leave. It wouldn't matter if we left last year, the year before, if we left next year, if we left 10 years from now, it was going to happen. The Taliban was just waiting their time, biding their time in hopes for when we'd finally decide to leave because we've been there for too damn long, and they would take over. Because the Afghan soldiers, they were complete pushovers to the Taliban. They didn't even try. That's what's actually even more insulting about it. We had our U.S. troops there to train them so they could defend themselves, and when we finally left them be, they didn't even try. They just let the Taliban take over. Now, the way the leaving of Afghanistan was handled wrong, there should never been. The administration should never have actually scheduled a date. They should have actually. The White House should have been talking in private with other important military and government officials, including people from Congress and people who are, down the field in Afghanistan, of higher officer authority, but not told this publicly. Maybe even mention it to leaders in the Afghanistan government, although that could have been risky too, because there could have been Taliban who actually were secretly in the Afghan government without anybody knowing, that would have actually told the Taliban the date, and it would have happened, and they would have waited till then anyway. But yeah, we should not have. It should have been announced publicly when it was going to happen. That shouldn't have happened. There shouldn't have been weapons left around for the Taliban to pick up. And but most importantly, it was going to happen. The Afghan soldiers didn't even try to stop them. They just kind of let them take over. The United States troops were in Afghanistan for too long. Too many Americans had died for all to go to waste, and the Afghanistan government to fail and just let the Taliban take over. We shouldn't have been there as long as we were. We shouldn't have. Plain and simple. All right, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell icon to add me notifications. And, hey, by the way, check out my playlist of other Jonathan Pye React videos. I haven't reacted to all of his videos. I only started doing React videos in 2020. Didn't really start doing it before then. My channel's been around since 2008, but I've had a lot of there's been a lot of transformations. Plus, I ran secondary channels I never should have started that slowed down the process to getting this channel monetized. Those secondary channels are discontinued, although you can find them and watch some of my old videos on there that are a little more original if you want. But a lot of those videos are actually in my comedy compilation that's on this channel, which you can easily find in my compilations playlist. But some of the ones I haven't put in the compilation will be in one as well. Also, feel free to check out my TikTok. Same name as my YouTube channel. A lot of the videos on there are re-uploads of videos that are within the 3-minute limit that TikTok allows nowadays. It used to be 1 minute, now it's 3, which I'm happy about. It allows me to actually put more content on there than just some 1-minute shorts. But there are some things on there that I haven't posted here, like some stuff from when my wife and I went to see the monster trucks at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds. Also, feel free to check out my Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can support me on Patreon to help make it easier for me to fund my YouTube channel and keep going with these videos. I'm still going to prioritize working my job at DoorDash. I really don't make very much money monetizing my YouTube channel. yet. Hopefully that will change someday if I get a lot more viewers, a lot more subscribers than I currently already have. But it'll take some time. Unfortunately, it will take a bit of time to do that, but it is possible. I do have more original content planned. Do check out my Sonic movie review I uploaded on July 29th, and check out, and I look forward to some of my more original stuff and some more React videos, as those are the easiest to make to keep my channel active anyway. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Click that bell icon to get notifications. What do you think about the troops leaving Afghanistan? Did you think it was the wrong decision? Did you think we should have waited longer? Did you think or did you agree that it should have that it's about time, it's way too late, it should have happened a long time ago, but it just should have been handled better? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much.